turn up the music. We all got lit as the music got louder, and the party got crazier. I was dancing my butt off when suddenly a waiter tripped over and caviar covered me in head to toe. There was even some caviar in my nostrils. Ugh, watch where you're going!
I'm so sorry, sir.
Suddenly everyone started laughing and pointing at me. I was so embarrassed. I turned to my girlfriend, Siri, for help. Babe, please help me clean up.
What? Are you kidding? I'm not getting anywhere near you. You reek of fish eggs.
But Siri got up and walked away, leaving me all alone. Hey guys, what's up? My name's Marlo, and I'm from Italy. Make sure you like and subscribe. My mother came from nothing, but she was a very smart woman and managed to become a billionaire by the time she was 30. When I graduated from high school, my mom sat me down and asked me what I wanted my career to be. An actor?
Done.
The next day, she booked me in a movie alongside Brad Pitt. I soon became a very famous actor. It was too easy. All the girls were obsessed with me, and I was living the dream life. I loved the parties, the food, the servants who did my bidding. I was happy with my life with Siri, my billionaire girlfriend. But as I stood there now, covered in caviar, I realized that no one here truly cared about me. All they cared about was my money and my fame. Even my girlfriend didn't care enough to help me. Fine.
Huh?
That's it!
What's wrong with him?
Is he crazy?
Siri,
What?
we're over.
Oh! What you gonna do about that, Siri?
Damn, he just dumped you in front of everyone.
But Marlo...
You don't care about me. You only care about yourself. I realize that now. I turned to the waiter and helped him to his feet. I'm sorry I yelled at you before.
That's okay.
Siri, goodbye and good riddance. I turned and left Siri gaping back at me like a dumb fish. Man, that felt good. The next day at school, the whole class was whispering about my scandal with Siri. How I had humiliated her. Yeah, she's hot, but she's also a stuck-up jerk. But I didn't say it out loud. It would just bring more attention to myself, which was the last thing I wanted right now.
May Marlo please go to the principal's office now? Your mother is here. It's an emergency.
Emergency? I shot to my feet and rushed to the principal's office as fast as I could. Was she sick? Did something happen? Was it Grandma? I arrived breathlessly. Mom! What happened?
Wow, you got here quick. Come, honey, sit down. It's about Siri.
Siri?
I heard you broke up with her.
Yeah? And?
Why would you do that? Her father owns one of the biggest car companies in Italy. She was a very good connection for my business. You have to get back with Siri or you'll lose us millions.
But Mom, Siri is vile. I don't want to date her.
Stop whining and suck it up. Sometimes we have to make sacrifices, you know?
I can't believe you right now. Seriously. Now my own mother was turning against me. Suddenly I heard a loud whirring noise. Kids were running past me and heading outside, and I followed them to find a helicopter landing in our soccer field.
Do you think it's the president? No way, it's probably an alien.
I pushed to the front of the crowd and groaned when I saw who was stepping off the helicopter. It was Siri.
Sorry I'm late to school today. I had to get something for my best boy.
Siri raised her arms and suddenly fireworks erupted from the skies with the words, "I love you, Marlo."
Aw, she's so sweet. What'd I do to get her to date me?
Siri, stop this.
Come on, Marlo. You know you want me back. Just admit it.
Siri, I will never date you again. I can't believe I actually liked you before.
Marlo, don't do something you'll regret. I know your mom is trying to work a deal with my father.
Is that a threat? I knew you were low, but this is a whole nother level, Siri.
Marlo, don't.
Goodbye. Again. I turned and headed back into the school building. Everyone was shocked by my behavior. I bumped into Mom on the way in.
Marlo, don't tell me you just...
I won't ever date her. Ever. Not to save my life.
Marlo!
I called my driver and he soon arrived, and I got him to drive me home. On the way home, I realized I wanted to get some ice cream so I could treat myself and watch some storytime animated videos later in my room. So I asked my driver to stop at the grocery store. We headed inside and I was picking out ice cream flavors when suddenly I felt someone appear behind me.
How dare you treat King Siri that way?
What did you say?
You humiliated Siri in front of everyone. You'll pay for that.
Who was this boy? Some kind of weird fan of Siri's? But before I could say anything more, the boy pounced on me and started pulling out my hair. Get off me! My driver managed to pull him away, but the boy slipped from his grip and disappeared into the night. Later, when we finally arrived at home, my driver told Mom about the ordeal.
What? That's it. I'm getting you a bodyguard.
No, Mom, don't. I can look after myself. I thought Mom would respect my wishes, but as usual, she didn't. That weekend, Mom was hosting another party, and I was forced to attend since it was at our mansion. I sat alone waiting for the party to end, when yet again another waiter tripped right in front of me, and this time he was holding a bowl of fish stew. I could see exactly what would happen. I would be drenched, and nobody would care to help me, because I had no real friends. But suddenly, as the stew was about to soak me, someone leaped forward and acted as my shield. Oh my God, are you okay? The girl turned to face me and I felt my knees wobble. This girl was stunning.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Wow, thank you. If you want, I can help you get cleaned up.
No, it's okay.
Are you sure? Really, I don't mind.
I said no, dude. Please, just let me do my job.
Her job?
Marlo, oh, I see you've met Leah.
Who is this?
Your bodyguard.
What? But Mom, I told you.
I know, but I'm your mother and I think you're in danger and I want to make sure you're safe. Leah will be by your side 24/7. So why don't you two get to know each other a little? Psst, I also made sure to hire a pretty girl, to help you out.
Mom.
There's no need for us to get to know each other, Mr. Piazza. My job is solely to protect you.
You could be a little nicer,
And how would that help?
What? It's just nice to be nice.
I don't see the purpose.
Who was this girl? The Terminator? Mom, there's no way I can be with this girl 24/7.
You're one to talk.
What was that?
You two will just have to get along because I can't be bothered looking for another bodyguard. I trust Leah, and she will protect you.
But...
No more buts. It's final.
Ugh. Mom left, leaving me with Miss Smarty Pants. I don't need your help,
Clearly.
The next day at school was horrible, obviously. Leia followed me everywhere. As we walked through the hallways, all the boys were staring at her.
Why does Marlo always get the supermodel girlfriends? It's 'cause he's rich.
Couldn't these guys see I didn't want hot girls in my life? Especially not someone like Leia. She hadn't spoken a word to me all day. All she did was stand silently beside me. It was creepy. On the way to the class, I stopped by the boys' bathroom. You are not coming in here.
But...
Don't worry. No one's gonna assassinate me in the bathroom. I shut the door on her and stood in front of the mirror. Finally, some privacy. A toilet flushed in one of the stalls behind me and a boy in blue hair emerged. Wait a second. I'd seen that blue hair before. It's you.
Hello, Marlo.
What do you want?
You have to get back together with Siri.
Are you insane? Why are you doing this?
Because you and Siri were the best couple ever. I lived for you two. And if you don't get back together with her, then you'll have to answer to this.
Ah! The boy lunged at me, but suddenly a shoe came flying out of nowhere and knocked him out. What the flying fish?
I told you I should have come in with you.
Leia.
What was that about not needing me again?
Yeah, whatever. We exited the bathroom with Leia carrying the boy in her arms. I just got off the phone with the police when we bumped into Siri.
Marlo, baby. And, who is this?
Siri, please move aside. Suddenly the boy woke up, and when he spotted Siri, he reached for her and hugged her.
Please help me.
Help you? Marlo, what's going on?
He just tried to attack me with a knife.
You seriously expect me to believe that? Are you calling Marlo a liar? Who are you?
Siri, this is my new bodyguard.
Bodyguard? Aren't you a little young for that? Aren't you a little old to be acting like a toddler? What did you just call me?
Guys, chill out. The police will be here soon. Can you please just hold off killing each other until then? Eventually, the police arrived, and they issued a restraining order against the boy, who we learned was called Jesse. As they took him away, he brushed past me.
Good luck sleeping tonight.
Jesse smirked and let the police drag him out. I have to admit, I was terrified. That night before I went to bed, I turned to Leia, who was standing outside my bedroom door. Leia, earlier today, why did you get so mad at Siri?
Because it's my duty as your bodyguard to protect you.
Really? Is that all it was?
I think so.
We remained quiet, but after some time I leaned forward and hugged her. Thank you for being there for me. I could feel her tense up, but eventually she relaxed and hugged me back.
Of course.
Leia, I have to tell you something. But in a flash, Leia pulled away from me and backed off.
Marlo, I'm your bodyguard. Remember that. Nothing more.
I blushed. You're right. I'm sorry. Leia waited in the hallway, and I went to bed, although I felt a little sad. Soon, I managed to get to sleep. When I woke up the next morning, I was surprised to find Leia gone. Had she left me alone in the night? It didn't sound like something she would do. But then when I got up, I noticed something outside on the floor of the hallway that rattled my bones.
I have Leia. If you want her back alive, then you shall get back together with Siri. Don't call the police. I'll know if you do. Come to this meeting place so we can seal the deal.
Then there was an address and time. I was distraught, not Leia. Sure, she was quiet, mildly annoying, but she had been there for me when no one else would. I had to save her. Later that night, I arrived at the location beside the old abandoned warehouse. I waited for some time. Then suddenly from the warehouse emerged Jesse, dragging a tied-up Leia beside him.
Good. You came.
Let her go, Jesse.
Only if you swear you'll get back together with Siri. If you go back on our deal and break up with her again, then I'll ruin your life.
Man, this dude was insane.
Marlo, don't do it!
I can't let you get hurt.
It's not worth it.
What's it gonna be, Marlo? Your freedom or saving poor sweet Leia?
I looked at her concerned face and I knew what I had to do. Fine, I'll date Siri.
Aha, yes!
No, Marlo!
Jesse started to back away.
Remember, you break our deal and you'll regret it.
I know. He disappeared, and I rushed to Leia and started untying her.
Marlo, you shouldn't have done that. I was fine.
Oh, really?
Marlo, I can't bear seeing you with Siri.
Why do you care? Thought you were just my bodyguard and nothing else.
You're right. Forgive me, I failed to protect you.
Yeah, it's fine, Leia. Come on, let's go home. I won't tell Mom about this. She'll freaking call the cops or something. The next day, Leia and I pulled up at Siri's mansion. I knocked on the door and Siri herself answered.
Marlo, so nice to see you. Oh, I see you brought your annoying friend.
Leia clenched her fist, but I put a hand on hers to calm her down. Siri, I've come to say I'm sorry.
Took you long enough.
I forced a smile. Let's get back together.
I knew you'd come crawling back eventually. How could you resist Queen Siri after all?
While she laughed her butt off at her own stupid joke, I started to imagine what my terrible future would look like. We'd probably end up getting married, have 3 children who were spoiled rotten just like Siri. Siri would probably end up cheating on me and she'd win the divorce trials and probably all the money. I'd end up homeless and begging on the streets. But suddenly I felt Leia move beside me, and she punched Siri right in her slimy face. Leia!
You peasant! You'll pay for that!
Siri lunged at Leia and they rolled on the ground like a bunch of lion cubs. Stop it! While they struggled, Siri's phone fell out of her pocket and I noticed some messages on it. Curious. I picked up her phone and I was shocked to see that she had been chatting with our old pal Jesse.
Okay, yeah. Grab Leah and we'll use her as ransom. Marlo will have no choice but to date me now.
Sure thing, boss. Just make sure you wire me that money, okay?
Yes, you got it.
I couldn't believe it. Siri had hired Jesse to do all those horrible things. Leia, stop. They rolled to a stop with Leia pinning Siri to the ground.
Yes?
Called the police. Siri, playtime's over.
What are you talking about?
I showed her the messages with Jesse.
Oh, oops.
You're a snake. You know that? A few minutes later, the cops were piled in her mansion, and Siri was arrested for all her misdeeds.
With these messages, we'll be able to find Jesse soon, too.
Thank you, officers.
Marlo, please, come on, you know you love me.
You're a jerk, Siri, and I never want to see you again.
What?
While she cried away, the police took her to the station. Leia and I watched them leave. You should be happy now.
Why?
You don't have to be my bodyguard anymore. The danger's gone. Leia hesitated and then grabbed my hand.
I want to stay.
Really? Why?
Because I've tried to ignore my feelings, but I can't deny them any longer. I like you, Marlo.
I like you too. I took her in my arms and we kissed. I was over the moon.